Ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight to another edition of NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. It is the Craftsman Truck Series custom schedule season, and we are at the Watkins Glen International for race number 2 of 23. It is the Thunder Road 188, 75 laps at this 2.45 mile road course here tonight. The first trip to Watkins Glen out of 2 for this custom schedule season for the Truck Series. Again, one of only 2 tracks we go to multiple times on the season. That and then the first race of the year at Daytona. We will also have a second race at Daytona later in the year. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we're about to get into tonight's race. No practice, no qualifying. We're up and straight into this. Got home from an oil change, got home after work earlier in the day. We got to get this in before my Michigan Wolverines go into an absolute, I was going to say a dogfight, and I think that's actually going to be the right term considering the fact that we're playing the Georgia Bulldogs. So I'm excited for that one tonight. Obviously, it's the end of it's an end of I almost said an era, but a new year is about to begin. It is the end of the old, out with the old, in with the new, and well, we're not going to be out with the old in this essence, but we will be in with it tonight. That being NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Patrick Shadley, Billy Kramer, Peyton, welcome to the stream, everybody. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get this race underway. Remember last night at Daytona, it came down to the final lap of the race. Casey Cook led one lap. Generated rookie driver getting his first career win at Daytona under the lights. That was absolutely insane. So just a great thing to have happen there, at least for him. Unfortunately for us, we were caught up in a big one, battling for second place off the exit of turn 4 on the final lap, and got relegated to an 18th place finish with your guys' fan-voted driver, Bobby Hamilton Sr., so we'll see if we can come back in this one. 75 laps is a long time. Obviously, there is cautions in this one, so we'll have to see how it's going to play out. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Watkins Glen. 2 of the faster trucks, perhaps both going to be starting at the back. Bobby Hamilton Sr. and Travis Kvapil at the rear of the field. Already some contact into the first turn. My goodness. Hamilton just drilled the rear bumper of Troy Perry. One truck's out in the grass, as well as Bobby Hamilton Sr. There's a bit of an ugly start down into turn 1. Hopefully there's not too much damage on the Ford truck. Everybody's mostly 2x2 all the way through the S's. Hamilton's getting out of the gas early. Just trying to block Travis Kvapil now into the bus stop. Everybody's going to make it through. Still 2x2. One truck that looked like Jack Sprague just about scraped the wall. Kvapil sneaks to the inside of Bobby Hamilton, who was trying to back the corner up a little bit. More contact with Kvapil. This is a crazy start to this race. Probably should have qualified. Hamilton going to make another pass. He's just going to have to crit through this 36 truck field. Cannot afford to waste too much time. Davion West, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year as well. Oh boy. 4 wide into turn 1. Not a lot of room. Hamilton and Perry making a little bit of contact. There's still 3 wide into the S's. Hamilton's down on the apron. Contact with Barry Wilder as he tries to force his way back up in line. A rocky start in this one. Hamilton being extra aggressive, trying to make the passes. Backing up the bus stop. For Cup Series season, the bus stop was probably the most dangerous area of the racetracks, where we saw a lot of the cautions end up playing in that race. We had 3 cautions in the season opener at Daytona last night. The 192 truck looked like he started on the pole. He is still currently leading this race. It looks like it. And another stack up, big crash into turn 6. Oh, big parking lot stack up. Heavy damage to the front of the Ford truck. They were all stopping right in front of Bobby Hamilton Sr., and it was just an accordion effect where the 16 of Jack Sprague goes around. You can see heavy damage to Chad Chafin as well. So they were making contact even before the Ford truck of Hamilton had piled in himself. So a pretty big crash at the back of the pack to kick things off. And Hamilton's going to pit to repair some damage. Can't pit for fuel or tires. With being involved in the accident, simply just going to come down and try to repair as much damage as he could. There's absolutely nowhere to go there. I don't know if they were maybe stalled out or somebody potentially blew an engine out in front of that entire pack. That was just very strange. Everybody came to a stop into turn 6 so abruptly. Fix the camera as much as I can. I'm sitting as close to it as I possibly can. It's a little difficult. If I move up any closer, we're going to start to shift to the left a little bit. Cerebral Assassin, welcome to the stream. Oh, Bobby Hamilton. All the way to the back, green flag in the air. There is one truck out of the race. So that's my guess, is somebody blew an engine right in front of the field. And that's why they stacked up the way they did. It's all becoming a little bit more clear. Contact off the exit, turn 1. The truck running Bobby Hamilton Sr. a little bit wide. Oh my goodness, he's getting squeezed again. That was Adam Bell in the 123 truck who squeezed Bobby Hamilton Sr. Picking up where we left off at Daytona last night. Caution again. In the bus stop, our second in the race. The 103 truck gets turned out into the sand pit. Couldn't tell off the front bumper of whom. It was another generated truck, though. Natsuki, welcome to the stream. Wow, new room, man. Well, it's the same room. I'm in the middle of it being remodeled right now. It's going to be a couple weeks before everything is all ready and good to go. So Bobby Hamilton Sr. is going to pit this time. Beans that caution was not because of him. He is going to pit for 4 fresh tires and fuel, or I should say he wasn't involved in the accident. And this is the second of what looks to be like we are going to see a lot of cautions in this race today. Yeah, this is probably going to be a wreck fest, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we had 8 or 9 cautions at Watkins Glen when we were here in the Cup Series. And we all know how the Truck Series tends to be. You can probably imagine that there's going to be just as much, if not more, even though there's less laps. 15 less laps on the Cup race. This might be a long one tonight. Funny you're racing at Watkins Glen because your game just crashed. Yeah, I read that comment that you had put on the channel earlier on in the day, a couple hours ago. Feels like it was a couple hours. Maybe it wasn't a couple hours ago, but well, the 2 Dodge trucks, the 191, the 192, seem to be running 1-2 at the front of the field. Green flag is back in the air again, and we'll try it again. All these cautions are allowing drivers to save fuel. We have no clue what the fuel window is here. This is the first race at Watkins Glen that we've ever had for the Truck Series in this game. Huge stack up into turn 1. Hamilton's going to lock the brakes up, and he gets ran into from behind and launched off the exit of the corner. Trying to go for it on fresh tires as he gets squeezed by Barry Wilder. Nobody's giving him any room to go side by side in the S's. It's tight enough as it is. Let's try and get through that set of corners. Hamilton gains 5 spots on the restart. This is where we saw a lot of the cautions in the Cup race. We obviously have already seen one off the last restart here. Truck right in front of Hamilton got really sideways, but it seems like they are going to make it at least the first lap. At least through that set of corners. We also saw the first caution with a big crash in turn 6. Somebody blew an engine and caused a stack up on the outside lane going into the corner. That's why there's one driver out of the race. There's more contact into turn 6. Jack Sprague ran into the back of somebody. Whatever truck was in front of him. No blowing engines that time that caused it. Sprague just overran the corner. Hamilton's out near the wall off the exit of his turn number 7. Another stack up into turn 1. Hamilton trying to gain as much time as possible. And he's right underneath his rival of Jack Sprague. They are 3 wide in the S's. This is dangerous. And 3 wide in the S's. A little bit of contact, and I'm surprised that wasn't worse than what it was. I'm surprised that Jack Sprague did not take a swing at Bobby Hamilton Sr., considering he was a rival. I wanted to get around him as quickly as I could. That's the only reason I took it 3 wide. Sprague sending it, though, into the bus stop. And he's going to make the pass on Hamilton, though he is not clear. Into turn 5. Hamilton on the outside, Sprague on the inside. And Hamilton's just going to drift in line behind Sprague. Now he's going to undercut him off the exit of the corner. And the 2 rivals are side by side. Oh, big block there by Sprague, and he was not clear. He almost turned himself. And now Sprague gets the bumper from behind from the next truck behind him in line. Nearly knocking Sprague out into the grass. Maybe he threw another bad block. Who knows? Carl Edwards squeezed in the middle lane. There's absolutely nowhere to go on this racetrack. Road courses are usually pretty narrow as it is. Hamilton's trying to fight through here. He's got fresher tires, but we've only ran about 3 green flag laps, so it's not like his tires are that much fresher than everybody. He was just already at the back of the pack for the first accident, so might as well. Another charge to the inside. Billy Watson with a giant bounce off the curb, and I think he's out in the grass. Recovers. Keeps it on the racetrack. A little bit of contact into turn 5 as he merges his way back on, but we stay green. Hamilton to the inside, into turn 6, just completely sideswiped Matt Crafton on his way by the 6 truck. And then gets squeezed in the next corner by the 164, rather. This race has just been absolutely nuts. It has not been clean by any means through 13 laps, and Hamilton just about spun out, locking the brakes up into turn 1. Into the bus stop, another truck off the curb. Contact! Jake Bradley goes wide. Barely keeps it on the track. I think the curb actually shot him back onto the racing surface. Couldn't tell who it was that made contact with the 86 of Bradley. Blip 500, welcome to the stream. Hamilton again locking the brakes up into turn 6. That car was getting sideways as he was locking the brakes up, trying to keep it off of Bradley. He's able to outbrake drivers into a lot of these corners. Contact with Doug Thompson off the exit of turn 7. Back onto the main straight to the start-finish line. Bobby Hamilton Sr. is up to 16th. That's like the 3rd bot we have seen already in this one. Bradley's throwing a massive block. Contact is made. Man, a truck rocketed through on the outside to get by Hamilton after Bradley and Hamilton were slowing each other down. Bradley mimicking the line that Bobby Hamilton Sr. is trying to run. Hamilton's going to use those tires up pretty quickly. He's locked the brakes up a few times now into turn 6 alone. He's going to throw a big block all the way down to the bottom, but Bradley's going to throw a block on him as well. Bradley just gets launched into turn 1. It actually helped him as he tries to make the pass on John Wood in the 50. Thanks for the mods taking care of all the bots tonight, by the way. I don't know who that was that made that pass on the inside in turn 6, but he got around 2 race trucks. Second one, he's still side by side with. Hamilton just gets squeezed into the wall by Jake Bradley. Bradley is not giving Hamilton any room despite the fact that they are allies. Supposed to be allies. And there's our Daytona winner, Casey Cook, in 14th. Side by side in the S's. Surprisingly, no contact that time. Pretty clean battle for 14th with Casey Cook. Heading into the bus stop, side by side in front of Hamilton. Hamilton trying to close the gap. Contact between the two trucks. Slowing each other up, allowing Hamilton to get around one of them. In turn number 5. A crossover and a pass on John Wood is made into turn 6. Cleanly done from Bobby Hamilton Sr. The damage on his race truck from that caution at lap 3 is definitely not slowing him up like it was last night in the late going at Daytona when he had some damage. It's amazing how aggressive the AI are in passing one another as well as trying to pass Hamilton tonight too. How late into the heavy braking zones they tried to push the race trucks. Hamilton getting squeezed in the S's. Just had to let Ace Johnson back in line so he didn't get put into the guardrail. Everybody mostly single file that time. Into the bus stop. And now into turn 5. Ace Johnson passed in turn 6 by Hamilton. That's definitely Hamilton's best corner on the racetrack is turn 6. Turn 7, on the other hand, he got back in the gas a little too soon. Scrapes the outside wall. Stays in front of Johnson, but he's going to lose a little bit of time on the two trucks in front of him. We're now going to go side by side into turn 1. Hamilton side by side, heading into the S's. Following Scott Bush's lane. And Bush opened up. Oh, Hamilton thought he was clear, and he put himself as well as the truck behind him in the wall. Hamilton inside the top 10 for the first time tonight. Bush going a bit wide in the bus stop. Hamilton closes. Bit of of a squeeze that time. Hamilton to the inside of Busch. Locks the brakes into turn 6, and he outmaneuvers Busch. I've noticed that bot like 3 times now. Since the bot started coming into the chats like 3 weeks ago. That's probably the most occurring one. And I don't know why every time it gets banned that it's able to come back. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess if it's on a different account, really nothing YouTube can do. Kenny Hall in 8th place trying to hold up Bobby Hamilton Sr., who is still on the charge. On the inside off the exit of turn 5. Contact down the long straightaway. Hamilton's getting squeezed right now. He's just trying to stay on the actual racing groove. Trying to outbrake. Maybe too late into the braking zone into 6. And now he's going to squeeze that truck into the wall. Pretty big bounce off the curb as well. Hamilton's like, well, a little bit of taste of your own medicine. Lock the brakes up big time, trying to keep it off Brandon Witt now. This truck is not handling well in this race, I will say. A lot of it is probably the damage. A lot of it is also no practice or qualifying, so I just kind of guessed on the setup. Need more downforce. Hamilton into the bus stop, gets around Witt. Witt using all the curbing nearly out into the grass, overdriving the corner, trying to get back alongside Hamilton. Well, congrats on making it through your COVID quarantine there, Billy, and hopefully you're feeling all right. I wonder after how many laps we're going to run in this race before I stop running into the back of trucks on corner entry into the heavy braking zones. Aaron McGee just got a boot from behind Bobby Hamilton Sr. Into the bus stop. Hamilton trying to make a pass on the outside. That was just never going to work. Gave it a go, though. Looking on the track map, middle to the rear of the field does not look like they are spaced apart at all. The way we had 2 cautions in the first 10 laps, I doubt that they're done for the night. One of the cautions was the first lap after that lap 3 caution, which set up the restart, or was set up on the restart. Aaron McGee laid into the braking zone into turn 1. Allowed Hamilton to back the corner up and potentially beat him back to the gas, but McGee's going to hang on for the position. And the 191, it looks like, is the next truck ahead of McGee in 5th. Never mind, it's the 192, Chris Sweeney. Sweeney trying to block McGee into the bus stop. The truck's going just a bit wide. Hamilton gets through there a lot better. McGee is going to overdrive turn 5. Hamilton to the inside of the 163. Dog's going to win 45-0. Welcome to the stream. I hope not. That'd be miserable. For myself, at least. Every other Michigan Wolverine and fan out there. That would be absolutely devastating. Obviously, I hope they win, but I'm trying to keep realistic expectations as usual. Georgia's definitely the better team, in my opinion. I think Georgia's the best team in the country, even though they have the one loss that knocked them back to 3. It was the only reason they fell back to 3 with that loss was because it came late in the season. That and the fact that I guess they didn't technically win their conference championship either, which probably knocked them down to 3. Even though the committee hasn't really weighed the conference championships so heavily in the past, but it would make sense for another reason to add on to why they dropped back to 3. Well, it's there for a safety reason, too, though. That's why the bus stop was implemented after J.D. McDuffie's passing. He had a brake failure going into turn 5. At least at the bus stop, it slows the speeds down a bit into turn 5. It's still a heavy braking zone and a huge amount of speed heading into the bus stop. But it does shorten that straightaway up. Kind of cuts it down about probably close to 25 to 30% roughly shorter than if it had the bus stop. Trying to figure out how much fuel these drivers were able to save with those first 2 cautions in the race today. Hamilton is not hit halfway on fuel yet. He did pit during the second caution. Can he make it on 2 stops from when he first pitted? Which, if I remember correctly, was right around, it was the lap 6 yellow. So I'm not sure exactly what lap it would have been under the yellow in which he had pit. They went green at lap 10. Big slide that time for Hamilton as his tires are wearing out with him trying to drive through this field and locking the tires up on numerous occasions. We'll bump to the 64 of Ryan Carter. Carter tried to squeeze him, and Hamilton did not want to get forced into that soft foam wall. I say soft, it's not so soft. It would have been a violent hit at an awkward angle. So 50 laps to go. Hamilton's up to 4th. In the number 4 truck, he's still 4.4 seconds off the lead. A lot of 4s in that sentence. But those are the numbers. That is now this is a new record for bots. I don't think we've ever had 4 in a single stream. We're only on lap 26. Maybe they're excited for New Year's. They're excited for 2022. They can't hold their excitement back in the chat. They just have to press random letters together like that. Most of those tire marks in turn 6 are from the caution on lap 3 and Bobby Hamilton Sr. just late braking into that corner, trying to get as much of an advantage as he possibly can. Hamilton has been running faster laps than Chris Sweeney, the race leader. Actually, I guess Sweeney's not the leader anymore because we passed him back for about 6th place. I think it's the 191 that's out in front, which would be the other Dodge driver, those two being teammates. Can't tell who this is in third yet. It's Bill Lester in the 22 truck who's sitting in third. He led the most laps at Daytona last night, but was nowhere close to the win by the end of the race. Falling back quite considerably. Basically out of contention once he had that bad initial restart after the first caution with just over 30 laps to go. Glad to see things actually started to mellow out, though. Considering how crazy about the first 20 laps, 20 to 25 laps were in this race. Not as congested together, at least where the top 4 are at. Hamilton to the inside of Bill Lester. Whoa! What just happened? I really hope I paused it. I tried to pause it. My screen just went black. What the heck happened? Oh, no. Oh, the PlayStation froze. No. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. Well, dang. Wow. Well, that's just a shame right there. That is a shame. I haven't had that happen before. And we had a long time coming with this thing. I don't know how old. I mean, I got it refurbished off Amazon like a year and a half ago. I haven't had any issues with it until now. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh! It came back to life. What happened? It froze, and I didn't do anything, and it's back to life. And there's another bot in the chat. What is going on? I'm just going to go through and ban all those while the game's paused right now. You guys can't see that it's back. Never had that happen before. It's back for me. I think it was the HDMI. Hang on. It might be the... I don't think it was the actual PlayStation that cut out. I think it was the HDMI because my TV screen actually went black. Well, it didn't go black, but because the TV itself didn't turn off. But I'll try unplugging it real quick and then plugging it back in again. See if that might work. Some technical difficulties in the Schneider household tonight. I gotta fix the camera too. I had to adjust the laptop from where it was sitting. You guys are gonna see a black screen for a little bit. I thought the PlayStation died, but I think it was the capture card that got messed up. Somehow. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, it was frozen on your guys' screen, but my screen it just disappeared. I'm glad I hit pause when I did. Now, when I don't, when I go to actually resume and unpause it, we might have a caution. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think that me and Bill Lester going side by side into turn 6 is going to end up very well. We'll hope for the best. Hopefully, we get through there with no contact. If we do make contact, hopefully it's minimal, and hopefully we don't have a caution that could change the outcome of the race. Yeah, I thought we were about to have a lot more serious of an issue than what we were originally looking at there for a second. Let me readjust everything. Might have to scoot the seat up a little bit more. There we go. That might have been too much. We're gonna be dealing with this camera angle for a couple weeks. So it may like actually shift a little bit more from time to time. I think we're back. I think we're on the pause screen now. I think everything is going fine, but let me know down in the chat if it looks like it is good to go before I unpause it and hopefully not crash. Ashley G, welcome to the stream. I think we're all right. I don't think I need to wait for you guys. I think we're looking pretty good. False alarm. False alarm. Now let's try not to crash. I'm just going to jam the brakes and let him go. I tried to let him go, but I think it was at that point where I was actually braking late into the corner. Might have used up a little bit more of my tires, but I did not want to wreck. And I wanted to race him straight up. Try to race him clean. So after some short technical difficulties, we're back up and running with 47 laps to go at Watkins Glen for the Thunder Road 188. Battle for third going on between Bill Lester and Bobby Hamilton Sr. Lester trying to hold Sr. back in the S's. Hamilton looking to make a pass, but Lester continues to block into the bus stop. Lester going to go a bit wide. Hamilton taking a peek to the outside into turn 5. Lester slides up the track. Crossover now by Hamilton. Down to the bottom off the exit of turn 5, and they are side by side. Great battle for third. Into turn 6. Hamilton late in the braking zone, but so was Lester. They're still side by side through the corner. Now heading into turn 7. Hamilton gets the door shut on him by Lester. They were racing so clean for so long with one another for over a lap in this battle, and then Hamilton got his door caved in on the left side of his race truck in turn 7 with Lester on his outside. Have to try to set that up again. It's not as close to him getting into the bus stop this time as what he was before. I guess he got out of the S's pretty well. So try to back it up. Gunning in the middle. Again, he is alongside Lester. Lester squeezes him, but both trucks keeping it on the pavement. Lester all clear. Again, it's Hamilton with the crossover. Hamilton trying to side draft Lester. A little bit of contact. Into turn 6. Both trucks a little bit loose. And we're going to be in the same situation as the lap before now. Hamilton on the bottom into turn 7. And again, Lester just door slams him. Crowding Bobby Hamilton Sr. Hamilton was on the curb. He couldn't go any lower. And he held his line. They're still side by side, though. Lester was not able to pull away after the contact that time. And Hamilton is clear off the exit of turn 1. Race high third place position for Bobby Hamilton Sr. And about 1.8 seconds off the race lead. One truck in the pit lane right now. I'm not sure if that's scheduled or not. I don't think it is, considering I don't believe Hamilton's even hit halfway on fuel. Lester's out in the grass in the bus stop. He overran it. No pressure for Hamilton anymore, and the battle for third place is done. The 191 truck is in second. Jason Powell. But he has led some laps in this race. Can't tell who the leader is. But it is another generated driver. Can you imagine getting 2 upsets to start the season with generated drivers winning the first 2 races? Casey Cook at Daytona. Who will it be at Watkins Glen? Hamilton to the inside into turn 5. Drove it in pretty deep. Trying to get by Powell. And he's all clear. Up to second place, 1 second off the lead now. Hard into the braking zone, into turn 6, trying to pull away from the 191 truck behind him. Top 3 all within a second of each other. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. Very close to halfway. Very good corner in turn 1 for Hamilton. Well, there it is, halfway on fuel at lap 33. So it is going to be a one-stopper to the end of the race. From one Hamilton pit the first time, and it should be a one-stopper for everybody else in the field, who would have to pit at least a few laps before Hamilton. They're almost halfway, so that window has to be pretty much open to the end, you would think. That's the 103 truck that's leading. He was involved in the second caution of the day, Larry Watson. So they spin into the gravel in the bus stop off the front bumper of another generated driver. And somehow he's found his way to the lead. Hamilton, who was caught in that turn 6 pileup, is in second. So 2 drivers who were involved in the first 2 accidents of the race are battling for the lead in the midway point at the Glen. Big time crossover by Hamilton. He puts the bumper to Watson. Watson not budging. Into turn 6. Watson in there just as hard as Hamilton was. Turn 7. Hamilton down to the bottom of the racetrack. A little contact again, though, with Watson after Watson was trying to throw the blocks. Into turn 1. Hamilton trying to get that first lap led of the race. Only led 7 laps last night at Daytona. A lot of them were late. At least it was enough for 5 bonus points. Hardest drivers to pass on any track, but especially the road courses. How narrow it is. It's the driver with the clean air. And that driver right now is Larry Watson. But Hamilton on the inside into turn 5 is right there as he tries to side draft him down this next long straightaway. And they'll be side by side into turn 6. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Watson hangs on to the lead. And Hamilton pushed a little bit wide and had to lift off the exit of turn 7 to keep it off the wall. Mistake from Hamilton. Into the wall again. Looks like there's a lot of cars on pit road. Short pitting to the end of the race. That tells me the window is likely open. Actually, really, we're coming to the halfway mark. So halfway home. I have to see where these lap trucks are going to actually cycle out of the pits. No lap trucks will file in line between the top 2. Hamilton's having a hard time trying to keep up with the 103 truck now of Larry Watson. And as Hamilton maybe used his tires up too much at this point in the run. I don't know. He sends it, though, into the bus stop. And he closes back on Watson. Watson's going to try to hang on in turn 5. And he will. Hamilton swings to the bottom. Trying to outbrake Watson. Not clear yet. Now he is clear into turn 7. Watson drives it in deep. Back to the inside. Hamilton overruns the corner. But Watson checked up to keep it off Hamilton, so Hamilton will still, even with hitting the wall at turn 7, lead his first lap of the race. That's 5 bonus points for Hamilton. But it does allow Watson to clear into turn 1. Watson's hooked into the wall. Oh, lap car goes around. Hamilton's around into the guardrail now. And everybody's going to miss to the outside. Caution's out for the 3rd time today. Well, that was just an unfortunate circumstance. I don't know how Watson and Hamilton got clung up together. I think it was just a racing deal where Watson was coming up as Hamilton was kind of coming down and trying to arc the exit of the corner off, and they just ended up turning each other, and the lap car, Barry Wilder, ended up getting involved as well. And with this caution coming out, this will reset the field. Everybody who has not pit will pit now and be good on fuel to the end of the race. So this is going to be the money stop. Under caution. And this is going to bring everybody back into it again. And we saw cautions breed cautions at Daytona late last night in the final 30 laps. All three of them were in the final 32 laps of the race. Three cautions now in this one in the first 40 laps. Maybe a lengthy pit stop for Bobby Hamilton Sr.'s crew, not because of the crew themselves, but because of the damage to the Ford truck once again, and trying to make sure everything will be repaired and fixed. And you can tell that Hamilton lost a few spots in the pits. I believe the 103 truck came out in the race lead, so Larry Watson will hold on. So green flag back in the air, then everybody who already pitted before the caution that was still on the lead lap will actually get the restart ahead of everybody that pitted under the caution. So that's why Carl Edwards now leads this race for the first time today. Logjam into turn one. Hamilton got ran into from behind. Into the bus stop for the first time after the restart. Everybody going to make it through. Now we got to watch turn 6. That's the next dangerous area of the racetrack where we've seen a wreck today. Really, we've seen a wreck in 3 different parts of the racetrack. I think this entire track is just dangerous of itself. So Hamilton going to have to try to work his way through half the field. He's only led 1 lap so far. He just flunked the back of Andy Lyman in the 164 truck. And now Hamilton nearly gets turned from behind. Truck hard into the wall off the exit of turn 7 as they try to file in line onto the main straight. It wasn't Lyman that nearly got into Hamilton. I don't know who it was. Two by two into the S's. Out in front of Bobby Hamilton. This may not end well. 3 wide. Into the bus stop. What a move by Hamilton, but he clipped the truck in front of him. And nearly turned him around. One truck's going to go way wide, nearly into the wall. That was Lee Anderson in the 121. Caution is out. Caution's out in the bus stop for the 4th time today. And the 2nd time in that area of the racetrack. 2 laps after the restart, the 153 and the 117 of Wesley Schmidt go around. Likely had contact on corner entry between the two. He kind of saw the aftermath of it, leading the 153 out in the sand pit. Much like Larry Watson was out there earlier with his caution back at lap 10. Lap 6, I guess we restarted at lap 10. So this will set up another restart. This is only minimizing the amount of green flag laps left to the end of the race every time we get a late caution. Only adding to the sense of urgency for these drivers. Green flag back in the air, 29 laps to go at the Glen. Stacking up into turn 1. Not too bad that time. Hamilton trying to stay underneath the truck that he is underneath. All the way through the S's side by side. Very narrow as they work their way up to speed, but Hamilton gains 1 spot initially off the restart. Pretty good jump. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream and Happy New Year to you as well. And everybody watching, Happy New Year. Really trying to root on the field getting through the bus stop. Anderson pulling off some blocks on Hamilton. Hamilton just ran into the back of Anderson into turn 6. Thought he checked up enough there. I guess he didn't. A lot of trucks lane changing down the main straightaway, making passes inside the top 5, or at least attempting to into turn 1. Another shot from behind from Anderson and nearly turned the truck in front of him. Little chain reaction of events that will lead Bobby Hamilton to get past Anderson for 7th. Two by two into the bus stop. Will they make it? Oh, contact for second place. They're 3 wide off the exit of turn 5 as the 124 of Doug Thompson goes wide. Hamilton squeezes through the middle. Made it out. And he's got a shot at 5th place into turn 6. He's going to be on the bottom. He's going to try to break late. He's there. He's got the spot. And now he's on the outside of the 135 truck for position. Into turn 7. Not going to be able to do it there. Oh, tried to cut to the bottom. He got into Kenny Hall. Hall gets loose, keeps it off the inside retaining wall, and he'll lose a few positions. Edwards continues to lead. Short pitting seeming like it has worked out for him to have the track position now late in the race. So even though we are late, we're only about 2/3 of the way home, so we still got plenty of time left. Caution in the in the bus stop. Where else? Our 5th of the race. We got through there for the first 3 laps after the restart, but couldn't make it another one. Contact sending 2 trucks off into the grass, 1 into the sand. That was the 163, it looked like, of Aaron McGee. No, that was Casey Cook, our Daytona winner, who went off into the sand. The 152 did a complete 360 in the grass. And now we'll have another late race restart. 5 cautions total. 3 of them have come in the second half of this race within the last 14 laps. And again, cautions breeding caution. So in just the second race of the year, we've had a combined 8 yellows already. Remember, these Truck Series races are not long. That was 100 laps in Daytona. And only the first 53 now at Watkins Glen as the green flag is back in the air. Already a move being made into turn 1 for the race lead. Edwards may lose it. Oh, Hamilton nearly gets cleaned out. One truck tried to go down into the grass to make it pass. He got stuck in the sand off the exit of turn 1, but we continue to stay green. It's still side by side for the lead into the S's, 2 by 2. Matt Crafton's in the mix as well. Jack Baker. Edwards is going to be on the outside initially, but then on the inside in the middle of the bus stop, or the leader's going to get through. Edwards is going to hold on to the lead. Baker now on the inside. He'll take over second. Crafton looking to get to third. And Hamilton is going to fill the void on the bottom, or at least attempt to, off the exit of turn 5 to try and get to fourth. Field makes it through the bus stop the first lap after the restart. Hamilton with a crossover on the 137. What a move. Still locked the brakes up, too, in the crossover, but he makes the pass cleanly. Business is picking up with 22 to go. Crafton with a block down at the start-finish line. Hamilton trying to look low into turn 1. Puts the bumper to Crafton. But Crafton is able to hold on. As he's trying to make a move on Baker, as Carl Edwards is slowly getting away. But the battle for second getting more and more intense. Crafton pulling out of line. He's going to try it. He's underneath Baker. Now he'll just duck in line behind him instead. Craftsman going a bit wide in the middle of the bus stop, allowing Hamilton to close on. Craftsman trying to squeeze Bobby Hamilton Sr. Not going to be able to do it enough. Caution's out back in the pack again in the bus stop rather. Another caution, our 6th of the day, our 4th in the bus stop, and our 4th since lap 37. Second time that Wesley Schmidt has been involved in one of those 4 accidents as he gets turned by the 86 truck of Jake Bradley. Dumped him off into the grass. Rear tires ended up in the sand. He got stuck just enough, bringing out the caution. And here we go again. They're going to award Bobby Hamilton Sr. for 3rd place, saying he was ahead of Craftsman at the time of the yellow. I knew it was close. And one lap truck is going to be on the inside of Carl Edwards. I wonder if that's somebody who may have pit right before the caution came out. Green flag back in the air. The lapper might get in the way. And this could allow for Jake Bradley to take the lead down into turn 1. Side by side between Bradley and Hamilton. Edwards is stuck behind the lap car. Look at Edwards squeezing Bradley. They're 3 wide in the S's with the lap car on the inside. And Edwards holds on to the lead as he pitches Baker off just enough. Big stack up. Hamilton into the back of Baker. Craftsman is going to challenge after the stack up for Hamilton. Oh, and Craftsman gets sideswiped by Baker, and Hamilton gets back around him for 3rd. Craftsman falls all the way to 5th. Lap car still impeding Jack Baker's line. Baker again getting stalled up and stalled out as Hamilton gets to his outside. A block by Baker. He gets launched nearly into the grass, but it actually launches him by the lap car. It's Robbie Young, by the way, who is a lap down. We got 17 to go. Now remember, this race would have one attempt at a green-white checker finish if necessary. And I say that because of all the cautions we've seen in about the last, 22 laps. We've had 4 yellows. And all of them have been in the S's. Now it's Hamilton's turn to try and get around Young. Young pinched him almost into the guardrail. Baker going to maybe try to make a move on Edwards again. Hamilton trying to hang on. Oh, he's off into the grass. It nearly spins out. Big save by Hamilton. He overdrove the corner. And he's about 1.4 seconds off the lead now as the field makes it through the S's that time. So he's still in 3rd place, which is where he restarted. Making hard into turn 6. You don't know how many more green flag laps we're going to have left in this race, so that is the issue. If we do get a caution with less than 10 laps to go, the lap car will not be able to restart to the inside anymore. And it will allow the leaders to race it out for themselves. Hamilton to the inside of Robbie Young, into the S's. Needs to get around him quick, and he is clear. Oh, he was clear. He waited too long to clear him. Now he's clear again. And this time he'll pull up. They try to challenge the 2 leaders. It's going to be tough to get around Edwards. Nobody has gotten around him on the last 4 restarts. Baker drove it in pretty deep. And Baker's trying to pull off an upset, being the 2nd generated driver to win in as many races to start the season. And it looks like the field got through the S's again. We'll have 15 laps to go at the line this time by. Baker sends it into turn 6 on the bottom lane. Closes in on Edwards just a hair. Not enough to potentially make a pass, though. Hamilton swinging low. Baker trying to mimic the line. Hamilton beats Baker back to the gas. And he's underneath them into the S's side by side for second. Dangerous area of the racetrack. Same spot Hamilton got around the lap car, but he is not going to be able to clear Baker at all here. Oh, never mind. Yes, he was. I don't know if Baker missed a shift or what it was. Hamilton got a great launch. And now he's in second place all of a sudden, trying to take the lead from cousin Carl. How much more time is he going to have? As the rest of the field now working their way through the bus stop as Edwards is trying to hang on for the race lead. Best corner for Hamilton coming up in turn 6. Makes the dart to the inside. Hamilton's only led one lap so far today. He is there, but he can't quite clear Edwards. Edwards gives him a shot now into turn 7 and will hold on. $14 to go. And we'll alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race over about the next 4 laps. Carl Edwards, Bobby Hamilton Sr. trying to go each for their first wins of the young season. Hamilton looking for redemption after getting caught up in the big one at Daytona off of turn 4 in the final lap, relegating him back from 2nd to 18th in that final lap. He's going to try to back up the bus stop. May have backed it up too much. We'll see how much he can close on Edwards. Yeah, Edwards definitely got through there a lot better than Hamilton. Ideally, Hamilton would want to race Edwards straight up. He's got to run into turn 6. Edwards trying to pinch. Hamilton in deep. You can hear him slide the tires. Locking up the front tires. But again, it is Carl Edwards in turn 7 who had the advantage on the bottom. Crossover now. Down to the bottom himself goes Hamilton. Can he get to the inside of Carl Edwards? No, he is there, potentially. Into turn 1. He is definitely there. Hard to tell who won the race back to the gas. They're still side by side for the lead. Dead even into the S's. Hamilton in a good spot. But Edwards is holding on strong. Hamilton wiggles just a bit. Might give Edwards the forward momentum off the exit of the corner. And it does. Just enough for Edwards to again hold on to the lead. That was a clean battle that time around. Hamilton hard. Into the bus stop. Contact. Hamilton's off into the sand. Oh, no. Back to third place. I believe he's got Matt Craftsman on his outside for third. They're still side by side into turn 6 with Hamilton on the outside. He's about 2.9 seconds off the race lead. He's able to fend off Craftsman, driving it in deep, beating him back to the gas as well. Hamilton does not want to live through heartbreak in each of the first 2 races to start the season. Not what he had in store to get this custom schedule season for the Truck Series underway on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. We are heading down the home stretch. Again, the way we have had 6 cautions, 4 of them from lap 37 on, I don't think we've seen the last yellow. That could give Hamilton another shot if he doesn't have enough green flag laps to catch Carl Edwards, because Edwards does have a pretty decent pace to him. Oh, Hamilton slides the tires. He is digging right now. And he is pushing for all he can. Caution, though, now would mean a restart with less than 10 to go, so the lap car would not be in the way of Robbie Young on this restart. Oh, my goodness. Hamilton heavily into the back of Jack Baker into turn 6. It's going to hold both trucks up, though, if they make contact, so Hamilton really needs to get around Baker cleanly if he can help it. He's got to get around him quick so he can try to run down Edwards. He's there. Side by side with Baker. Baker gonna hold on. Really nothing Hamilton could do there. Baker just beat him through the shifts. Hamilton gonna have to try to line it up again. Back up the bus stop, trying to really send it in the middle of the corner, and he does. Oh, an old contact. Baker nearly shoves Hamilton off the track as Hamilton's barely able to keep it on. Well, they've hit each other once now. Hamilton to the top. He cannot get around Baker. You can see that interval for Edwards is growing, too. It was 2.4 seconds once Hamilton got to Baker. Now it's down to 2.7 seconds off the race lead. 10 laps to go. We're back to the far chase camp for the rest of this race. Edwards trying to pull away. Hamilton again, side by side in the S's. Failed to make the pass last lap when he was in this position. This time he's going to hang on alongside, it looks like. I think he side drafted him enough there right in the middle. And Hamilton's definitely got positioning on him. Now he's just got to outbrake him. Into the bus stop, and he'll do just that. Oh, Baker overruns the corner, and he's off into the grass. He'll hang on to third place, but he's going to lose plenty of time as now it's Matt Craftsman who will challenge him for third. And that is a separation that Bobby Hamilton Sr. needed. Baker making a big mistake. All on his own. Final caution last night at Daytona came with 8 laps to go. Those are the only trends we have this season, with that being the only race. Considering that we have had twice as many cautions tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a caution in the final 8 laps or less. Carl Edwards might go on to lead the most laps in this race. I know it's not going to be Hamilton. Hamilton's only led 1 lap all day. Got to keep the car on the track. Hamilton feels he's got the speed to get to Edwards, so he wants this to play green. He'll have more laps to work with, and if a caution comes out, it just brings everybody else back into it. You don't know how these restarts are going to go the way they've gone all night. Heavy into turn 6. Hamilton has closed that gap some more. 8 to go. 1.4 seconds off the lead. Great corner in turn 1 for Hamilton. I think we're setting up for a classic finish potentially on the channel here tonight at Watkins Glen. It's been a wild start to this season. We saw the big one on the final lap off turn 4 at Daytona last night. Even though the leader, Casey Cook, kind of drove away from it, it happened from second on back. That was last night's finish. What will tonight's finish be? Remember, Hamilton had the positioning on Edwards into the bus stop, and Edwards had knocked the Ford truck wide into the sand, which is why Hamilton lost as much ground as he did about 3 to 4 laps ago. But he has finally ran Edwards back down again. In about 4 laps, he is within 7/10 of a second again off turn 7. Trying to find some draft down this long straightaway. And he's definitely getting quite a bit of that draft. Edwards slides the tires off the curbing in turn 1. Well, down in the chat, who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be Carl Edwards, or do you think it's going to be Bobby Hamilton Sr.? Final chance to win a race in 2021 on the channel. Hamilton made a bit of a mistake there. Lightly brushed the guardrail, nothing major. Edwards pretty good. He went a bit wide, but he was able to hold down a decent amount of throttle input. Halfway on fuel, that's no issue though. Everybody's plenty good with all the late cautions we've had. See pit stop race for Hamilton, and he gives that nudge to Edwards, letting him know he's there. And he remembers that Edwards had moved him wide. And he's going to use that bumper in turn 7 to take the lead. Hamilton not wanting to waste any time whatsoever. 6 to go. He has just now led his second lap of the race. And he's going to try to hold on Carl Edwards. One attempt at a green-white checkered finish is possible in the Truck Series, and no cautions come out in the final lap in this game. If we do see a caution, we know we will have a restart. If we see one at least. If we see more than one, then that would end the race. Edwards trying to keep pace. So had so many laps at the end of this race, and I think they have very well led the most laps total in this one. And the pit strategy has at least allowed him to get a better finish nonetheless, despite what is going to happen at the finish as long as we stay caution-free and these guys don't wreck each other. Hamilton's got about a half a second on Edwards with 5 laps to go. Caution is out! Unbelievable! And for the second race to start the season, a caution has come out the final 8 laps. This one was 6 to go. Unbelievable. And it was in turn 6 from Doug Thompson in the 124 truck. He might have had a flat tire or something. I don't know. That was really weird. It was at that moment where he should have been well back in the throttle and the rear of the car slid out into the grass. And he was so close to the pit lane. And now we're going to have a late race restart. And it's going to bring everybody back into it. And when Hamilton was starting to pull away from Edwards, he had about a half a second lead on him. Edwards is going to be on the back bumper when they head down into turn 1. 2 laps to go. Green-white checker. This is the race. Hamilton trying to throw a block. He's going to lock the brakes up into turn 1 as Edwards takes a peek to the outside. 2 by 2 as they enter into the S's. Will they make it back to the checker? And will they make it back to the white for this race to actually be official without there being a caution? Oh, Hamilton just made a mistake in the S's. All of his own doing, but he will hold on to the lead. This should give Edwards a pretty decent run. Craftsman jumps the restart from 4th to 3rd. He's going to challenge to the inside of Edwards for 2nd into the S's. Into the bus stop, rather. Edwards off the curbing. He gets sideways, hangs onto it. Will the field make it through the S's? I keep saying the S's, the bus stop. Yes, they will. And Matt Craftsman, who restarted 4th, has come from seemingly nowhere to challenge for the race win into turn 6. He's going to have one more lap to try and get around him. Edwards is still there in 3rd. It looks like they will make it to the white flag. Craftsman up off the curb, pushing hard, trying to get to Hamilton's bumper. Checkers are wreckers at the Glen. Hamilton slides the tires just a bit, but he does beat Craftsman back to the gas. Edwards goes to get a bit wide using the curbing. No challenge into the S's. Couple car length lead for Hamilton. Craftsman drove it very deep into the bus stop the last lap. I'm sure he's going to try it again this lap. Hamilton's just going to kind of protect the bottom lane. He's going to make sure that Craftsman was not going to get alongside of him. And Craftsman is off into the grass. He drives it in too far. He merges his way back onto traffic, and Carl Edwards is back to 2nd place. Craftsman will fall to 3rd. Looking at the track map to see if the field got through the bus stop, and it looks like they did. And about a 4-car length lead for Hamilton over Carl Edwards into turn 6. Drives it in deep. Not going to allow Edwards to have a chance to get to the bumper. One more corner. Bobby Hamilton Sr., leading only a few laps, is going to win at Watkins Glen. His first win of the Young Custom Schedule season. A thriller at Watkins Glen. 7 cautions. 5 of them in the final 37 laps, including one to set up a green-white checker. What a finish. And just what a season through the first 2 races. And if this is how the entire season's going to be, I don't know if we can handle this much excitement. Absolutely wild. From last to first for Bobby Hamilton. It's where he started. He spent most of the day, once he got through the field, inside the top 5, but he didn't lead a lot. Carl Edwards dominated the second half of this one, but it was Hamilton using the bump and run in turn 7 to pass him with about 7 to go. The following lap after he got around and started pulling away from Edwards is when we had the caution, setting up the green-white checker finish. Craftsman put on a late charge, going from 4th to 2nd in the first half of a lap on the restart. And then overdriving the bus stop, trying to get to the bumper of the Ford truck. Ended up falling back to 3rd, giving Edwards 2nd place on the final lap, and Bobby Hamilton Sr. goes on to win. About to watch the Caps and Wings game? Go Wings. Go Wings. I'm actually going to the Red Wings game Sunday afternoon in Detroit against the Boston Bruins. So I will be in Detroit again for the second time in like 6 days. Going to watch my Red Wings play for the first time in a couple of years. Didn't get to watch them last year because of COVID. And the last time I was up there would have been the 2019-2020 season. It would have been early, like really early in the year. In 2019 was when I saw the last time I saw an actual legitimate sporting event in Detroit. So I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll take a look at the finishing results to this one. 2 hours and 39 minutes to get this truck race in today. And that was due to us having 7 cautions. A lot of cleanup. A lot of them in the bus stop. I think we had 4 of the 7 cautions in the bus stop. We had 2 cautions in turn 6, including the last one with 6 to go, and then we also had a caution in the S's. And kind of the midway point, that straightaway between turn 1 and the S's. Yes, have a very happy and safe New Year's indeed there, Tim. So Hamilton leads 8 laps. We've only led 15 laps in the first 2 races combined this season. Carl Edwards goes on to lead the most with 29 laps led in a 2nd place finish. Matt Crafton finishes in 3rd. Jack Baker 4th. Andy Lyman winds up rounding out the top 5. Allen finishes 6th. Aaron McGee 7th. Larry Watson 8th. Lee Anderson 9th. Ryan Carter rounds out the top 10. Watson actually led 25 laps, so he was very close to the most laps led, but Edwards will get that bout. We'll see how many DNFs we had with how many cautions. Jason Powell led 13 laps. We only had 3 DNFs, and then Robbie Young was the only driver to finish a lap down. So 32 trucks on the lead lap. Only 3 DNFs despite 7 cautions. Travis Quaffle, Jack Sprigg, and Keith Grimsley on lap 1. Blew an engine. Well, that is going to wrap it up. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Thank you for all of your support throughout all of 2021 and even prior to that. And we are going to have ourselves a fantastic 2022 NASCAR/channel season all the action that is going to be coming forth, whether it's the live streams, the videos at the racetrack, various videos at the racetrack. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to NASCAR season as this offseason continues on, so those predictions and post-race analysis will come back as well. I'm excited for what I have planned in 2022. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit of remodeling back here, so big plans on the channel in the next calendar year. And it has been a ride. It has been a ride for sure. We hit that first major milestone, 1,000 subscribers, a few months ago, and I'm still very much not only appreciated for that, but just the fact that every day we have new people coming on, still subscribing to the channel, and most importantly, the people that keep coming back on a regular basis. I know who you guys are. I see you a lot. Couldn't thank really everybody enough, but you guys are the core of the channel, the foundation, the backbone of this YouTube channel. For if it does go places down the road, you guys will be the ones in the chats or in comment sections of videos, years from now. I was here when he had 500 subscribers. I was here when he had 50 subscribers, whatever. And you guys say that stuff now, and that's really cool to see. Just the longevity. We just have a great community, not only the NASCAR YouTube community, but especially here on this channel. Despite how small in numbers it may be, we are a family nonetheless. Hopefully, you guys have a very happy New Year. I'm probably not staying ball drop tonight. I will be staying up to watch my Michigan Wolverines play their first college football playoff game. First time they have played. Well, I'm not gonna say meaningful bowl. They played a New Year's Day bowl in recent memory, but this is the first time they have a chance to win the championship since I've been alive. So I am going to ride this one out as long as we can, and maybe this is the year that we can finally get it done. And I can at least say I was able to see it happen. Thank you, everybody. Go Blue. Enjoy the rest of your 2021, and I will see you tomorrow night for another live stream. We're going to be set up for NASCAR 05 again at Atlanta, the Easy Care 200 for the Truck Series. That start time will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6. Thanks for watching.